What? Yeah, like that Saturday during the day when we were all in the pool and the boys were throwing the football. Like, why didn't you just pop in? You're too busy talking to my cousin's boyfriend.
I had my feet in and
you're talking to Bradford the whole time.
I felt like I had a job to be social because your cousin and Bradford were like on that side, and I didn't want to just. I hate when people come to my house and
they don't know anyone.
They don't know anyone, and like.
See, I didn't worry about it because she's great at that. Like she can talk to anybody. She's super chill. She's so cool. So I figured
it had everything to do with
would not leave her dude alone. Like she would be conscious. She's like a very aware human where she would never just leave him alone with someone to talk to for 3 hours. So I didn't worry about them because I was like, they'll be great.
Bradford, if you're listening to this, I miss you, pal, and please reach out. You know, I'd love to
DM cast
this. Yeah, I'd love to continue the friendship. No, such a good time. Yeah, I should have gotten in the water more, but like to be honest, even when I go to the beach, I'm usually just sitting on the sand, and maybe I'll like. Water sports it's like getting in the water is a whole thing for me.
What's the trauma behind that?
I don't know. I did almost drown as a kid, but like,
really?
I don't think about that when I go into a pool. I'm just like, then I'm going to go in.
Is it self-consciousness? Is it like, is it about your looks?
No, that's a good question. You know, it is a good question.
Why don't you get in the pool, Cass? Is it your looks?
Yeah, there's a part of me that's like, I haven't worked out. I haven't worked out in months. No, thank you, Jamie. That's actually spot on. Thanks for honing in on that insecurity.
Yeah, when there's like 20 people at Jamie's house for a birthday and everyone is in the water, is the reason you don't join and have fun is because of your looks?
Yeah.
Damn,
cool.
Jamie.
She's a cool girl.
Shit. You should hear what she was telling her kids upstairs. If you ever lie to mom, you're going to get bit by bugs. Holy shit.
That sounds like a lie in its own.
It wasn't like that.
What happened to you in the last week? Did you turn evil?
We left her and just everything.
Didn't Vince McMahon tell you got to turn heel this week?
41 is cracked up to be.
She's spicy at 41.
Yeah, we like it. We like it. Had a great time. Spent some quality time with Cutter. You know,
you said something to him that really meant a lot to him.
And I meant it 1,000%.
No, he mentioned it to me.
Yeah, he texted me about it
4 or 5 times. Like it really, really meant a lot to him. That was really nice of you.
Yeah, you know what? When I said it, I was like, I didn't think about that might resonate with him. I saw him do a thing with Bo, and I'm like, dude, you're such a good dad. Like it was just such a natural thing, you know?
Yeah, but I actually didn't realize until this moment that was an insecurity. Yeah, well, that took a while. No, that was a sensitivity of his.
Yeah, I didn't think about it either.
I didn't think he doubted if he was a good dad or not. And sometimes having somebody completely
just observe you for a few days and then provide
feedback. Like objective feedback, like where you weren't looking for this person to give you any validation. Like it came out of left field. Yeah. It was a very genuine moment that you were commenting on that would probably felt really authentic to him too. Like I'm sure it was actually a really good moment in parenting that he was proud of, but I didn't realize it was a sensitivity of his. So I'm grateful to you too that you showed me that, because I'm telling him more that he's a good dad because I didn't realize he needed to hear it.
Yeah. No, I mean, you both are like unassuming in your parenting, but you're both stellar parent, like way above average.
That's parents. So nice.
And it's so fun to be around people like that, because then I'll go like, oh, I can just do that. I can take that part of it. I won't hit the kids like Jamie does, but I'll talk them up and tell them they're little champions.
I mean, it does work.
Yeah. Jamie, can you tell the story of what happened? So you were in Bo's room.
Okay, so first of all, let's preface this by saying we know that I have a really big problem with lying.
Sure. We know Bo lying, or just in general.
Yes, I just it to me. So what I realized tonight. So basically, I was putting Bo to bed. He was drawing me a picture saying "I love you." By the way, because I was like, "Do some art until I put your brothers down."
What a manipulator.
Well,
Some of you nerds are getting sleepy, and we don't do that shit. Gamer Subs has got your back, your front, and your sides, okay? Healthiest supplement to keep you awake on the motherfucking planet. I can go through all that stuff if you want, but I know you don't care. You just want to stay awake so you can play them games, stroke that meat, play with that thing. You know what I mean? Watch that fucking Octomom porn or whatever shit that you guys got going on. Gamer Subs has got your back. You want to stay up with crazy flavors like blue raz, acai, blueberry, black cherry, new pineapple cocktail flavor for the Hawaiians. Powdered energy formula that's healthier and cheaper than any energy drink on the market. You heard it here. It's the truth. Okay? You use it. You don't lose it. And you get the waifu cups. Shit, you can flip those on eBay, $200 to $300. Go to GamerSupps, GamerSupps.com. Use the code FLAGRANT. You receive 10% off your GamerSupps. Get that waifu. Let's get back to the show.
Appreciate that.
I go to his room and then I'm like going to just tidy up, and I took his little trash can out from under his desk, and it was filled with the fruit that he had been telling me he had eaten each morning while he would get his iPad time on Saturday and Sunday.
You didn't even disclose
and then bring
the
me back an empty thing. So he would dump the fruit in that garbage. So I was like, and then told me that he ate it. So I was like, what is this? He's like, oh, what? I'm like, what is this? Is this your fruit that you told me you ate each morning? Where you looked at me and said, hey, Mom, here, Mommy, I finished my fruit. Knowing that you dumped it in your garbage? I was like, how does it make you feel to lie to me?
Because he would get his iPad after he ate the fruit, right? Or like,
well, I was like, yeah, part of it was like, can I play my iPad alone? I'm like, yes, just go eat this fruit, sit in your bed. You can have an hour to yourself. Like, that's like it's like, I know you're eating some good, healthy food. I also am trying to be so vigilant and a hard ass about my kids eating fruit and vegetables before they eat anything else, because I struggled so hard in my life to learn how to eat well. And I really just want them to just, as they grow, not even question whether to eat well, because they've only eaten well. Okay? Story of that, and why I'm so passionate about it. Anyway.
So this is all your big things in one.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a trigger
like,
fest.
And I was like, that's it. Brush your teeth. You're done. You gonna lay with me? No. Good night. I love you, but you know what, Bo? I was like, you know what I wish happened? That because you put that fruit in that pail and lied to me, cockroaches would have come in to get that and eaten you at night.
Whoa.
And I said that to him. I did. And then I went outside to have like my reflective moment. Rob's on his way. And then he walks out like 20 minutes later because he probably heard Rob come in. Like he was in his room, not sleeping yet. And he came out and I was like, you know what, dude? The reason I really hate lying so much is I can remember when I was young and I would lie to my mom or to like someone, and it was because I didn't like them and I didn't want to tell them the truth. It was like I never did anything bad, but it was like almost like a revenge on my part when I was young. It was like a rebellion. And it represents something really, really negative to me. And lying is bad, but it just does. And I was like, it makes me feel like you don't like me or you don't trust me. And those are the two things that like I care the most about as your mom, is I want you to like me and trust me. And then I was just basically like, and I told a really big lie in my life, and my life sucked for a really long time. And he's like, what? And I was like, I didn't tell people I had MS for 16 years. And he was like, why? And I was like, because I don't know. I didn't know how I felt about it yet. I didn't want people to think about it when they looked at me. I was embarrassed by it. I thought I did something wrong to have it. I don't know. There was a lot of reasons. But then I lied about it for so long. And then anytime somebody asked me, I would say I had something wrong with my back, or I hurt my knee, or something happened to my foot. It's like, and it sucked. I had to keep lying over and over again to people I really cared about. And then always having to make up another lie. I was like, it's a terrible way to live. And I was like, so if there's one thing I am not going to raise, it's a liar.
Yeah. Then you went to the store, you brought it home, and then you dropped it.
Thank you.
Well, what did he say about it?
Yes, ma'am. Like somewhat mocking me.
You know how
obviously.
I knew he was in trouble? Because he came out of his room when I was like there for like a couple of minutes, and he was like, and I was like, "Are you pretending to yawn? Like, what are you doing?" And he was like,
he's like trying to like blend in with the furniture.
Yeah, and he was like, he just kept his mouth. And I was like, dude, people don't yawn for that long. Like, he was just trying to do. He's trying to be like nonchalant.
That's so funny you say that.
You know what's really sucking about him lately is like he is exposing me so hard to myself, like things that he does that I did that I was like, fuck. Everybody knew I was bullshitting.
Wow, yeah.
I thought I was the fucking coolest, and he's me. I'm so embarrassed.
He's so funny. He did one of those like stealth bomb drops when it was just me outside one day.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if he's done that with you.
Hey.
I forget what he said, but
back in LA.
Yeah, and he did one
real young, yeah.
And I forget what he said. He's like something this fucking thing, you know, and he came out and I'm like, what'd you say? And then he said it again, but without the F-bomb. I'm like, that's not what you said the first time. And he's like, what do you mean? And he was like, no, I didn't. And I was like, oh, okay. So I just didn't want to feed into it.
You should have been like, liar. Now bugs are gonna bite you.
Yeah. But he's a little sneak.
I was like, what did mommy say? And he turns into a bug and starts chasing Bo around.
Right. He was like, he was testing me to see how cool I was.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, that's how I felt.
Oh, what's gonna let me get away with?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, no, this fucking bitch doesn't know I'm throwing those bananas in the garbage can in my room. And you're like, what?
It's even worse. It was apple, mango, and grapes. Like, ew. Like mango.
And they were days old in there?
A day or two.
Yeah. That's fun, man.
Do you think I got through to him tonight? Do you think I did it? I think the yes ma'am was totally being like, okay.
I think it's important for you to tell him why that bothers you and have it come from like a place.
I thought I did.
Yeah, it's
great. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I think that's cool that you did that.
I thought that was your advice for me for next
you're
time.
on
I was like,
dude.
wait, I did.
You're all over my shit today.
No, I'm not. I was asking a question. I think you are so handsome.
I swear, I was like, is she gonna say this right now?
Jesus Christ, dude.
Wow, you forgot all about that, Amy.
You were on. We had moved past
That's
it.
what he was talking
Yeah, we moved past. We sent each other a note in the Zoom chat saying, let's not bring up Kasim's looks again for the rest of the pod.
We did? Oh.
We've never done anything like that.
I'd like to think you guys are writing notes about me.
We might have little post-its right under here that we're passing to each other.
We have a Discord. It's just me and Jamie talking about you. Guys, I don't know how we keep Hello Tushy as a sponsor, because every single one of our listeners should have one, and then there should be no more people to buy Hello Tushy.
Unless there's just a few new ones here.
Oh, that's true. New listeners. Thanks.
So hey, new listeners, do you know what Tushy is? So Tushy is the modern bidet company. And guess what? They are celebrating 6-9 Day, June 9th, by offering Tushy classic bidets for $69 when you purchase 2 or more. What is a Tushy? Okay, it is a modern, no electricity, no plumber, no special person needed bidet that you can easily attach to your toilet. All you have to go to is hellotushy.com. You are saving money on toilet paper. You are getting your butt clean in a way that only 6-9 Day would be able to know about.
Wow. Yeah, and you guys, the one thing I wish I had was a Tushy in my guest bathroom. So do yourselves a favor and just take advantage of the deal. Get 2 Tushy bidets. Give the gift of a clean butt on June 9th, 6-9. Go to hellotushy.com/pajama and enter promo code 69 to get 30% off. hellotushy.com/pajama. Keep it clean.
Look, I always say when it comes to your health, comes to your body, no one is a better advocate for yourself than you are. No one knows your body. No one knows your needs better than you do. So then you need to put in your own hands, finding and booking a doctor who is right for you. And it doesn't also need to be a terrible experience when you do that. You need to find a doctor that can take your insurance, understand your needs, and be available when you want to see them. So ZocDoc is the answer because it is make it pain-free. They have amazing doctors that they put you in touch with. It is a free app with doctors who are patient reviewed. It will take your like I said, and are available when you need them. You can read up on all the local doctors. They are verified with patient reviews. You can see what real humans had to say about their visits. Find the doctor that's right for you. Every month, millions of people use ZocDoc, and I am one of them. It is my go-to whenever I need to find, especially in a new city.
Go to ZocDoc.com. That is ZocDoc.com/pajama and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then start your search for top-rated doctors today. Many are available within 24 hours.
That's ZocDoc.com/pajama, ZocDoc.com/pajama.
Oh, well, then that's fun. And then, when we were there, Jack is like, he's also like the way you've been working with Jack, I've never seen anything like it. I don't know if you guys are just from the future, or if like there's a way like you guys have learned to parent, but I've never seen
a lot of help.
A kid get physical. And then like in my head, I'm like, let me beat the shit out of this kid, but I'm like, oh no, like that's obviously not the right way to do it. But you just it's like almost like you get calmer and calmer until you 11th time, you're like, I'm getting upset.
Yep. It's taken a lot of work. Okay.
Yeah.
This
it's crazy, but kudos to you. I mean, it's really,
well, any parent out there that really feels like they're struggling and they're snapping at their toddlers and it's really, 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 really fucking hard.
You could advance all the way to telling them that bugs should bite them for lying to you.
There's a place to go from there.
Get there.
Mm-hmm. There's places to go.
Really are.
But meaning like give yourself a little grace. It's also a skill you're needing to learn. Like this level of patience is a way you have never been your entire life before. And Sarah's brand new and learning how to act in the world. You are brand new to this situation and this feeling, and it is not fun. And it is really fucking hard, and it takes a lot of work. So give yourself some grace because I needed to. And the moment I did, I really just slowed down, and you realize as a parent, like you were saying, the calmer you get, the more power you actually start to feel. You feel so much less power when you're yelling at your kid and thinking you have authority than when you are staying calm and they're still losing your shit. Like you have never felt power like that.
I know what you're thinking, buddy.
Oh, you know what? I'm thinking like, yeah, Thanos was always very calm in the Avengers movies. That's what I was thinking.
I knew it. I knew you were tying it to that.
You knew it was tied to the something verse, Marvel verse, metaverse, DC verse.
You know what I wanted to ask you guys? Like what your, like growing up in your house, I see like bedtime around here and what it's like. Like what was bedtime like for you guys when you were growing up? Because for me, there was no such thing. Like when you're like, I think you put Jack to bed one day at like 6:30.
Oh yeah, he went to bed at 6:45 tonight.
That's crazy.
Well, you just know, like keeping him up will literally only make everyone's life more miserable.
So how do you put him to bed? You say, "Come on, we're going in."
You start to see your kid. You have a window. You've got about a 10-minute window of you seeing them getting genuinely tired. And within that time, you can actually convince them to go to sleep and they won't fight you.
Or you're like, and sleep.
Yes, you're like, okay, let's get ready for bed. I got you. We're going to do this together. They'll protest for a second, but you're within that 10 minutes, you get them down. You get past that 10 minutes, maybe on a good day, you'll get 12. You're done. You're fucked. They're fighting you all night. They don't want to go to bed. Then you're exhausted. And plus, I need at least 2 hours before I want to pass out to not be concerned about them. You know what I mean?
So how does it work? You walk him into that room and what happens?
We brush his teeth, we pee, and we get into bed. He like gets his sillies out like a little bit. Like I've learned, because I used to be like, stop, Jack, stop.
Gotta get your sillies out.
He has to get some energy out. So he like flips around under the covers and does crazy shit. And I stay super chill. Normally I used to be like, stop. Because I thought like, oh, now that I've given him like 10, 15, 20 seconds to do it, he stops. He asks me a couple of questions because, you know, we've always got to ease his mind before bed, and they're always random and they're always different. what season are we in? What's tomorrow? Is it going to rain tonight? Like random shit. Who's picking me up from school tomorrow?
Yeah. And it's always you, right?
No, lately I've been sending my nanny.
She made me the quesadilla of a lifetime.
That Norma makes the best quesadillas. Plus, we're leaving town so much, and she's not going to have to work here. I've like reasoned in my head, like I'm just going to take care. I'm going to be 24/7 on my kids' duty soon for a couple of weeks with traveling. I'm taking my afternoons to make my phone calls and get my nails done and do the stuff I know I'm not going to do for almost a month. So
yeah,
I give myself that. But Norma makes mean quesadillas. So then he calms down. We've answered a couple of questions. Tonight he goes, because, he comes into our bed or we walk him to the other bed in Bo's room every night, wakes us up every night, sometimes multiple times. And today he promised he was going to go right from his bed to the bed in Bo's room and not come into our room, because we've tried to reason with him. Like, dude, it makes no sense to walk all the way across the house to get us to go back to Bo's. Just walk across and get in. Before he goes to bed tonight, he goes, Mommy, I'm going to come into your bed tonight, not Bo's bed, because I love you. And then I was like, how am I going to get mad at him? How am I going to tell him no? I was like, all right, buddy, I'll see you later.
Wait, so does he get out of bed every night to go to either Bo's room or your room?
If he's going to sleep in ours or Bo's, regardless, he comes to our room to make us walk him all the way back to Bo's room.
And then he sleeps on that little thing on the ground in Bo's room?
The mattress on the floor, yeah.
Because he just doesn't want to be alone.
He does not want to.
Has he done one night on his own yet?
Up until 6 months ago, he was the best.
Oh, so it's a change. It's a development.
Yes.
This made me think really quick. I wanted to keep talking about our bedtimes, growing up and stuff. How were me and Cassim as house guests?
You guys were great.
I didn't see you until that you notice and you go oh, that was annoying, or that doing this. And more so me, I was obviously here much longer and I drank all your water. You
just drank all my water. That's the only thing. You just drank all my water.
All of it. Yeah.
There was nothing. I was so thrilled to have you guys there. And also too, by the time you came out, Cass, you would come at a perfect time where I was needing to talk to another adult.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You could have 10.
Yeah.
Mink and I would be there. That way then too, if I need to do kid stuff, I knew she could hang out with you, or there was another person. Then Rob would come out 12.
No, I would wake up. You're right. 9:30, 10, but I would do my hour where
you would do your
I'd
stuff.
Wake up, get all situated. I'd want to come out. You said you hadn't brushed your teeth since you saw me last, which was a week ago.
No, I haven't brushed my teeth since last night. I was saying I came in from berating Bo about being a liar, and then I was like, you know what? I don't think I brushed my teeth today. Because he was like, look how cozy you look. I was like, these are my pajamas from last night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's 8 at night.
Yeah.
So.
I washed my face though. I somehow was able to do that.
Amazing. So we were good house guests. And then you have to put Bo to sleep, which is you walk him in, same thing? Does he have to get his sillies out?
No, he likes to talk. He likes to talk a little bit. And then he just wants somebody to sit in there for 5 minutes. He gets really close and then it's fine.
Are you petting them?
No, just sitting there. Sometimes I'll go there. Jack wants to hold my hand. Jack holds my hand as he falls asleep.
And do you ever fall asleep in there too? Are you on your phone? What are you doing?
Oh, usually my
phone. Oh, okay, that's not bad then. And then, so Cass, what was bedtime like growing up for you?
I didn't have any curfews or anything like that. So there was the only thing I remember specifically was I used to sneak out when I was 11 to 12. I would sneak out and go drink at the park with
hell yeah,
bad,
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But I didn't have if I was out somewhere, riding bikes, because you just got around on bicycles, so you would ride bikes, and you would tell your mom I tell my mom I'm home by 8, and then 7:45 would roll around. I'm still a half hour away from home. You got to find a pay phone. Then you got to drop a dime in the pay phone and then call your mom. And then you're like, can I just come home at 9? And then she's like, okay, but dinner's going to be cold. I'm like, I don't fucking care, and then I was just a bad kid. And then you just ride home in the dark. and then get home and like probably stink, you know, from running around, be sweating all day. You've been in the same clothes since like 6 a.m. And then the weekends were like, I would just stay over at friends' houses like 2-3 days straight. You know, no one ever came to my house. I never wanted anyone to come to my house because I was like embarrassed about having like a family of foreigners. You know, I'm like, I don't want them to see the shit my mom cooks.
Oh,
you know, I was so embarrassed. But it was a lot of like, let me just go to other friends' houses or let me just be away from my houses. It wasn't like my parents were terrible to me and I had to be away. It was just
it was a kid thing. It was the time. It was a time. I remember I had friends of like ethnic backgrounds, and I would go to their houses, and their moms sometimes, would dress traditionally to whatever their culture was, and their house always smelled like different types of food and spices. And I know from being on the other side, like I loved it. I thought it was the coolest thing ever that they were living with this like non-traditional life, and it was full and like they had identity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love it.
I was trying to lose the identity.
I know, but my friends struggle with that. So I feel for you. I hate that.
Yeah. And then it was, and then now it's so funny because it's like now you walk into that house and it still smells the same as it did when you were a kid, but it's like you're like, oh yeah, we're having that tonight. And it's very comforting. And it's, I love bringing people over to, to my house, to me, like, just cause everyone like wants to talk to my mom, cause she's so funny. So it's come a long way, but it's taken a goddamn lifetime.
Jesus.
I was gonna guess that your bedtime shit was like a very organized thing until you turned a certain age because of how you are now, which is like sometimes I go to text Cassim at like 9:30 at night and it's like notifications are turned off. And now you get that alert from
Doesn't
Apple.
that mean nothing though? Because I send it all the time and then people write me back.
You what? Oh no. Well, some people, but it just means that like they're not getting alerted.
Okay.
So they can still go look at their phone.
They're on their phone. Text. I see.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like 9 p. Like I know there's other people where it's like midnight, to go to sleep. Ask them.